Okay, so I just want to reiterate one thing. Why do we care about fugues? We've been talking a lot about fugues, and I think we talked about this at the beginning of this class about why this is important. But now that we've been through it, I want to talk about it one more time, and maybe a different way. First of all, I hope that now that you've kind of got in the weeds with how fugues work and what's going on with them, you'll hear them more. You'll hear them as more than just a lot of notes going by really fast, right? It's easy to hear a fugue and be like, whoa, there's just notes going and going and going and going. But now you'll hear them in a way that might make you think, wow, that's really beautiful and complicated and intricate. And there's all these things happening. And maybe you'll understand enough to maybe hear them in a different way than you had before, right? Another thing that's important to us when it comes to music theory is this is kind of an example of, or probably the best example of counterpoint at its finest, right? This is taking everything we know about counterpoint and just going nuts with it, right? This is the kind of most advanced kind of counterpoint that we have. And we will see in other music going forward that from here on out, we start to get a little lax with the rules of counterpoint. We start to bend the rules a lot more. And we haven't looked at like fugues from the counterpoint perspective so much. You can get into vocal fugues where there is 4-part counterpoint happening with a fugue, or within a fugue, I should say, and it'll blow your mind how every rule has to comply. We've been primarily looking at keyboard fugues where we don't worry so much about the vertical rules, although they still do all apply. And in most cases, even in a keyboard fugue, they are still followed. So the fugue and the writing of the fugue is really kind of the apex of counterpoint of this style. So I hope that throughout this class you've gotten a new appreciation for a fugue. Maybe you'll decide to sit down and try to write one on your own. I've written a few of them. They were not particularly brilliant, but it's a really fun exercise, so I highly encourage you, come up with a subject, find a counter subject, use all the elements of the fugue that we've talked about, and write a little fugue. It can be really fun and challenging. It's not going to be the easiest thing you've ever written, but it can be very rewarding. Okay, let's move on.